Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. These are your messages for November. So let's have a look what we have coming up for you. The very first card that we have as your underlying energy is the Seven of Swords. Now, this is sometimes known as the liar, cheater, deception card. It usually shows this guy who's kind of snuck onto this camp and he's kind of leaving, or he's stolen, we guess, seven swords. Now, swords represent our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas. So what else can this indicate if it's not lies? I mean, if this does refer to lies, when it shows up in a reading, those lies are going to be revealed. That's why this shows up. It's almost as if like we've caught this guy in the act of stealing, and the lies are exposed. So whether it's you, whether it's someone else, I mean, the energies work both ways, right? Whatever, if there has been some sort of deception that gets revealed. Now, this can also indicate, it doesn't have to be anything nefarious. It can be where we're not truly ready to face something yet because it feels too risky. It's a risk, right? The way he's kind of sneaked onto this camp and he's trying to steal something, that's a risk. So it can be sometimes we don't want to face something, or we can be keeping things under wraps if we've got something going on. From looking at the rest of your reading, I do feel like it's something to do with relationships. We may not be fully revealing what we think, swords, right? We may not be revealing fully what we think at this time, and that's fair enough. Sometimes we are called on to be sneaky when this card shows up, that, we need a plan, be ready to act, to execute our plan, and keep it under wraps until we're ready to do so. But we'll see how this plays out in the rest of your reading. Now, coming up at the heart of your reading, we have the Queen of Cups. This is a very lovely energy. She's very loving, very caring, very nurturing. I say she, the Queen, it's a general reading, can apply to just about anyone. So if this is your energy, you may be feeling very much like her, very loving, very caring, very nurturing at this time. She's also very spiritual energy, also very healing energy. But she can refer to a healer. So there is this kind of sense of, if this is you, that you're like her, you're ready to give your cup of love or friendship to someone. There may be someone in mind, there may be someone in mind for you to hand that cup over to, or you may just be feeling like that in general, like you're ready to get into a relationship. Now, if it's someone, this might be what this situation is, that, there is someone that you've got emotions for someone, or you have feelings for someone, you want to hand that cup over to someone, but you're not ready to kind of show it yet, or to kind of say, hey, here's my cup. Now, this doesn't have to be you, right? This can be someone else. And if so, they may be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It's cups. They may not be ready to say how they're feeling just yet. I always find that with the King and Queen of Cups, while they have great emotional depth, they don't always show how they're feeling until they're ready to do so. I always say that still waters run deep with these people. So whether it's you, whether it's someone else, I do feel like that's what the core energy is, with starting off with these two cards, that someone's not saying how they feel just yet. We have you coming up as a past energy at the foundation of this. I kind of like this. I said this to Pisces as well, because they got their energy as a past energy. Whenever you get your own energy as a past, especially at the foundation of the reading, what that indicates is that you're very much in your own element. You're feeling very grounded, even though it's swords and that's air energy. But it's that sense of knowing who you are, being very much comfortable in your own skin. Now, if this isn't referring just to you being comfortable in your own skin, what's the Knight of Swords like? Well, the Knight of Swords is that knight who is ready to kind of go charging into battle, to fight for his ideas, his beliefs, whatever. He always has a cause. And he always goes charging in to fight for the truth. That's the energy here. So he fights for the truth, right? Then why do we have this as an underlying energy? It feels like something isn't fully here yet. Maybe you've come to some realization that, there's some truth that you want to fight, or you wanted to fight for. But there's this kind of situation now that you were in your truth, but somebody else wasn't in their truth. There is a situation here, or maybe you've made the decision. I find sometimes with the Knight of Swords that while it's a very spontaneous energy, this is someone, you may have made the decision, because it's swords, right, our thoughts. You may have made a decision to go and fight for a truth, and now you're ready to come out and to say that this is what I want, this is what I've been thinking for a while now, and it's ready to get exposed. I have a Gemini friend. He's actually another tarot card reader, so you can check out his channel. It's Nordic Tarot. he always says that, you know, the Knight of Swords is that knight that if you gave him a plan, like say it was to fix a roof or something, the Knight of Swords would be the one that would be halfway up the ladder before you'd even finished giving the instructions. And the Knight of Swords is like that. He's very spontaneous. And that's a good thing or a bad thing, right? Because sometimes this guy can come charging in and kind of hit you over the head with the truth and you're not ready for it. It's like, whoa, what are you talking about? This can also indicate, you know, where you've maybe exposed the truth, said your truth, done your Knight of Swords thing, and somebody else is giving you this. Because all of the court cards for the Suit of Swords, they're all about the truth. They give it in kind of varying degrees. And what I mean by that is like the page is very brutal. The knight can be kind of brutal too. He kind of charges in and gives his truth and then charges off again. The King and Queen of Swords are a little bit more mature with how they deliver the truth. But they're about truth. But then you have this kind of sneaky kind of behavior as an underlying energy. You have the Empress coming up in the present. So I like this energy. She's the mother figure of the tarot. She's that nurturing energy. So you have two very nurturing energies, very kind of mothering. Could be an older female. Could be someone like, you know, very kind of emotional, softer energy. The thing with the Empress, she's not just the mother figure. She's actually very strong as well. She can indicate domestic situations. I just said this I think Taurus got this. I said this to Taurus that, you know, this is like that hug. I often see the Empress as that hug. It's where we feel safe. It's where we feel at home. So maybe now, because you're feeling more stable, you're able to deal with this. You don't have to be so sneaky because you do feel safe. You do feel like you're able, you know, you're secure enough now to say, this is what I've been working on, or this is what I've been doing. The Empress is also a master manifester. So she is able to create great abundance. She comes up with new ideas. She has creative projects. In a love life reading, like I said, she can indicate an older woman. It's that divine feminine energy, and I guess we all have that. But what I mostly associate with her is abundance. Some of you may be thinking about parenthood. There could be something to do with parenthood when the Emperor shows up. Not really getting that in the rest of your reading. Where does this lead though? Well, we have the King of Wands coming up as a future energy. The King of Wands, he may be a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But in your spread, it kind of looks more like there's a lot of passive energy here, apart from the Knight of Swords. I'll get back to the King of Wands in a moment, but he's not passive. Look at him. He's kind of charging in with his sword raised, ready to go fight for what he believes in. But everything else is kind of passive. Like, you know, this is kind of sneaking off, sneaking around, not really showing what you're doing, not really showing your hand. The Queen of Cups, she has emotions that she's ready to give, but even she can stay kind of quiet about how she feels. The Emperor sits in her garden. I mean, it's the Emperor who comes in and organizes everything that she creates. She just creates it. She sits there enjoying the abundance that she creates. King of Wands, on the other hand, he's very independent. He's very confident. Wands energy, it's fire energy, and this is the energy that we put out into the world. This is also creative energy. So if this isn't kind of like a love life reading for a lot of you, then this is going to speak about creative projects, creative ideas, socializing, getting out and about at this time. I do feel with the King of Wands, though, this looks like a partnership to me. They're above each other. If she only gives her cup to someone that she deems worthy, like she likes to see what she gets first of all, the King of Wands here, he knows how to get what he wants. He's that energy of someone, like he walks into a room and all eyes are on him. He's very attractive. And I don't just mean like physically. He can attract whatever he wants. People, you know, things. He can attract it with his very charisma, with his energy. Wands is manifestation energy anyway. You have two cards of manifestation here. I mean, the King of Wands, he can, like I said, attract whatever he wants. But she's also the master manifester. So it's looking good. And your advice is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, well, aces are always the potential for new beginnings, and cups are emotional growth, happiness, new love coming in. There's something that makes us very happy, a new emotional cycle that begins, and it begins with great happiness, with great joy, with great love. Now, let's do a little recap here, because it all looks good, right? We have the Queen of Cups ready to give her cup. This could be that cup that's being offered. We have this guy in the past ready to fight for his beliefs, fight for, his truth. He goes charging in. This could have been someone that kind of quickly charged into your life. I do feel like it's your energy, Gemini, but this could be someone else that charged into your life, came out of nowhere. But someone's not revealing fully what's going on. The Seven of Swords. That's what's kind of throwing the reading off a little bit. Because we have the Seven of Swords coming up as an underlying energy. And this is very much about sneaky behavior. Whether it's nefarious or not, whether it's even us not being... this could be you just not being completely honest with yourself. And in November, you have this realization that, you do have feelings for someone. Maybe you were doing the whole logic Knight of Swords thing, like charging around, being very spontaneous, going with your own thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas, being very logical. But now it kind of feels like you're in a safer place, like you feel secure enough to be able to explore the feelings that are here. And you're one of these two. You're one of these two energies. Someone is offering their cup of love or friendship. Someone's ready to receive it. Like, these two. So it could be water energy coming in for you, or fire. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I like this. They kind of seem together for me. Especially with the Ace of Cups coming up here. This looks like that cup that the Queen of Cups is offering out. But let's have a look at your oracle cards and see how they expand on the energies here. So the first one that we have coming up for you is you deserve love. You are lovable. Now that sounds like something that's really obvious, right? That we should all know that we deserve love. But we don't always. We don't always. Sometimes we're not ready for love. Sometimes we can have been hurt so bad that, we do the whole defeat that I was so bad, or I'm not worthy of love, or I'm not worthy of this person's love. Maybe that's the kind of untruths or, what you're not seeing at the moment about yourself. But I like this. When this comes up, it feels like it's not just reminding you that you deserve love. I think it's when we realize that, yeah, you know what? I do deserve love. The Empress. She's that loving energy. I find her a very loving energy. Maybe that's what gives you the kind of confidence to be the King of Wands. If this is you, maybe someone's been offering you their cup of love and you've just not been ready for it. And now it feels like you are. You're ready for it because this is very confident, very independent energy, ready to go for what he wants. Okay, well, this might explain why you're not ready to go for love, or why you haven't been ready for it. We have number 29, forgiveness, coming up from the Whispers of Love, and it says, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So, forgiveness, the F word, this is the word that people don't like. I always get loads of comments when I talk about forgiveness, from people who say they cannot forgive. It's not easy, I know that. You can't just click your fingers and forgive someone. If we've been hurt, if someone's lied to us, and that might be the case here, maybe that's why this is coming up, that there's been lies in the past. Maybe that's the person that, this person, it's not you. It's someone who kind of pretended to have some truth, or you had to be the Knight of Swords to fight untruths in the past. Could be that someone like that comes back, and but now they're more King of Wands energy, straight up. You know what you're getting. They're putting energy out, so they're revealing who they truly are. But with forgiveness coming up, what I always say is with forgiveness, like, we don't forgive for the other person. We're not forgiving the other person to say, hey, it's cool. I'm glad you hurt me. It's okay for you to do that. That's not why we do it. We forgive to release ourselves from that pain. Why should they be allowed to hurt us again and again and again by us feeling that pain? If we can release it, say, okay, you did what you did for whatever reason, but you're gone now. You're done. You cannot hurt me anymore with whatever it is that you hurt me with. That's when new love can come in for you, happiness. And don't forget, it's this person. So, with the Ace of Cups coming up underneath the Knight of Swords, and this is the past energy, if this is not you, this could be someone else that comes charging back in. Don't worry, it's not an evil ex. You wouldn't have so many positive, kind of happy, nurturing cards. we've got more coming up about the... Oh, I just hit the mic there. We've got more coming up about the truth there. This is truth be told. I don't know if you can see it. From the wisdom of the oracle. This is about, telling the truth, being authentic, and being open to hearing the truth from someone else. And this is also about not thinking for someone else. If someone tells you this is the situation, take it at face value. Even if it is a lie, you won't know, right? But you can drive yourself nuts by thinking, well, is that person thinking this? Is that person thinking this? Say your truth. Ask for whatever truth you want to know. Then whatever they tell you, take it. Take it at face value. Know that that's the truth that's coming at you. The reason I say that is you have the Metal King from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I love this card. The Metal King. Actually, when I first saw him, he did remind me of the Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords is all kind of armored up and ready to go out and fight. But the Metal King talks about protection for you. What does it say on here? It says discipline, armor, boundaries. Boundaries is the word of the season. We're in Scorpio season and it's all about our boundaries. But what the Metal King is telling you is that he kind of provides you with armor at this time. So it may be not that someone's lying to you. And I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry. Not that someone's lying to you, but someone could be lying about you. This could be that you find out that someone's been saying stuff about you. But the Metal King says he provides you with armor that, whatever someone else does to you or says about you, it can't hurt you. It can't hurt you. This is also about knowing what are your boundaries. Knowing what your own boundaries are. Being secure in who you are. Knowing that you are enough. Being like him, I guess. He's very confident. He's very independent. He has no problems. He knows the reason he can always get whatever he wants is because it doesn't occur to him that he can't. He's very confident in who he is. He knows how to use what he has at his disposal. So the Metal King is this is that whole kind of sticks and stones may break my bones, but it doesn't matter what people do to you, doesn't matter what people say to you. You have armor on you that will protect you from that. Spirit is protecting you. And know your boundaries, though. This is what this is saying. It's okay for you to say, do not step over this boundary for me. It's knowing about where you end and someone else begins. Because sometimes we can blend with people, we can merge with people. And literally says that for this card, that, it's about having strong boundaries and being strong and certain in who you are, what your truth is, and coming from that place.